Hello, I'm Matthew Richardson and welcome to the Whiteboard, brought to you by British Paints. Today I'm going to focus on a young guy who has a lot of the Tiger supporters very excited, including me, about how good he could be, Trent Cotchin. Cotch is a gem. He won the BNF last year at just 21 and I believe will one day be captain of the club. Why is he so good and why is he so valuable to the Tigers? Let me break it down for you. Well, Wayne Carey described Trent Cotchin as just about the best midfielder in the competition this week. That is huge praise from just about the best player the game has ever seen. And if you're an elite midfielder, it means you must be elite at the clearances and the stoppages. Why is he so elite? It's because he's very, very composed in tight situations. And one thing to watch is, if you have a look at his eyes whenever he gets the ball in a tight situation, he never grimaces, he always holds his composure, and that's why he's always able to get rid of the football and get it to one of his teammates. He gets the ball to his foot very, very quickly. He has great hand-eye coordination. He's always been a one-touch player. He rarely, if ever, goes to ground. If he does, he's very, very quick to recover, and it reminds me of a time he trained with Richmond before he was even drafted as a 16-year-old. We had a beach flags competition down at Elwood Beach and Trent won that competition, and it just showed to me how quick he is to get to his feet and how fast he can burst away. He doesn't mind doing the hard stuff in around the stoppages as well. You see him stripping the ball there, then going to ground. He always puts his head over it. He's a very, very courageous player, one of the most courageous players I've actually seen. He's so hard at the football. He gets in there, he does the one percenters as well. He loves to tackle and lay pressure onto his opponents. As we see here, he gets after it, puts his head over the footy. He's an absolute ripper, Trent, in those situations. If you're a key forward for the Tigers, you'd love having Trent Cotchin deliver you the football. Well, another reason that Trent's so good is he's just very, very clean with the football. He has the ability to kick on either foot very, very well. He doesn't try and overdo things with his kicking. He's actually second in the competition for kicks retained when going inside 50. That means he hits the target most of the time. And when you're a forward leading to Trent, he actually puts the ball into the space where he wants the forward to lead into. He doesn't wait for the forward to lead. And for me, that's always a sign of a really, really good player. He's also the #1 score assist player at Richmond. So that means that when he gets the footy, he's not wasting it at all. A lot of people liken him to Gary Ablett for his ability to twist and turn. He's got that hunched over look like Ablett, and he's very, very quick to play on. He reads the game so well, there's no doubt about that. One area of his game that is only going to get better and better also is his hard running. He's only ever completed one full pre-season at Richmond, so he's yet to probably develop his tank to the absolute elite ability which it can get to. This one here, this is just sensational. That's that twisting and turning that I'm talking to. Gets the handball off and sets up a goal for Richmond. Not many players would have got out of that situation. He did. Got it across to Sean Grigg, who gets it to Shane Edwards. That's a goal created basically out of nothing by Trent Cotchin. See him here, there's that twisting and turning again. He never wastes it, but then he pushes on. There's the second efforts that you need to have. That's how you accumulate a lot of possessions, by bursting into space, and he is only going to get a lot better at that. After 2 or 3 full pre-seasons, he'll go to another level with his fitness. It'll make him an even better player. Another attribute of Trent's is that he has future captain written all over him. Well, I'd say it's just about a certainty that Cotch will be the next captain of the Richmond Footy Club. There's a captain, Chris Newman, running out, but Trent is getting around to every single one of his teammates here as they run out onto the ground, giving them a little slap. Geez, even the runner gets one. The substitute gets one, Adam Marrick there. He's an absolute ripper. He's always encouraging his teammates. He's a very level-headed, mature person and player, and you can see that in all of his actions around the footy club. On this occasion here, he's calling in another young player, young Matty D. Called him from a long way back. He obviously had a message that he wanted to get to him. Then he goes off probably into the middle to the clearance. So he's not just thinking about himself on the field, he's always thinking about how he can make his teammates better. On that occasion, he gets in there and blocks James Frawley, as we have another look at that. Gets Jack Riewoldt free. He was being tagged by Mackenzie at that stage, but he wasn't thinking about himself. Got over to tag for Frawley. Another way you can lead out on the ground is by your work rate, and he shows terrific work rate here to push hard out to the wing. Didn't get used. Biggie Varn got used, but still works hard and ends up getting the footy anyway. If you work hard, you always end up getting the rewards, and he certainly did on that occasion. This one here, look at this. Not many players would do this. Gives Andrew Swallow, pushes him over in the tackle, but then goes, all right, mate, I'll give you a little hand up now. So he shows great sportsmanship as well, Trent. Very level-headed, and definitely, for mine, will probably be the next captain of the club. He's not just a weapon in the middle, he also has a lot of tricks when he goes up forward. It's been great to see Trent Cotchin kicking goals this year, and he's doing it on a lot more regular basis than he has in the past. He used to get forward and kick one occasionally, but this year it's become a real weapon. His marking up forward has been spectacular this year. I actually didn't know how good a mark he was until this season. He's been rotating through full forward, alternating with Dustin Martin and Brett Delidio at times, and it's becoming a real weapon. Instead of going off the ground, they're going forward, taking marks and kicking goals, and he's been leading the way in that area. He kicked another 3 goals on the weekend to go with his 35 possessions. That's just about a complete game for a midfielder. One thing he is becoming accustomed to, though, are the different techniques that opponents are using to try and stop him. As the number 1 midfielder at Richmond, he's always going to get a tagger from the opposition, and Luke Tapscott has got him on this occasion. It is getting easier to get rid of tags because of the rotations through the bench now and the ability that he has to go forward and kick goals. Taggers generally probably aren't going to go to full back, but he is going to get it on occasions, and you can see there the wry smile. He's probably just about had enough of Luke at that stage. The other thing you can do is get blocks from your teammates, and on this occasion here, it was Reece Conker who got in and got Mackenzie out of the way, and that gave Trent a good free run at this stoppage. He didn't get the football, but it was great to see. This time here, it's Jack Riewoldt blocking for him. He gets rid of one block, but then he's got Frawley coming at him, Tapscott coming at him. So you can see how hard it is as a number 1 midfielder at times, the attention that you do get. And he doesn't get frustrated, though. He rarely gives free kicks away, and he keeps cool and a cool level head in those situations. And that's another sign of his good leadership. Trent Cotchin is the future for the Richmond Footy Club. If the Tigers are to finally become a powerhouse team and feature in September once again, gee, I hope they do, I'm getting desperate, it will be on the back of this man. As a Tiger myself, I'm thankful Cotch is wearing the yellow and black. Thanks again for joining us. We'll catch you next week on the Whiteboard.